Hey guys, it's Troy and welcome to another video, how to deal with not feeling good enough. Now this is something that comes up quite a lot with people, with guys who are looking to improve their dating prospects. You know, they have constantly talked themselves down over the years. They don't have very good self-esteem. They don't really think they're worth anything. And so they come into this whole thing, they come into this whole space at an immediate disadvantage, because in the end, if you're not the emperor of your kingdom, then, or you don't consider yourself to be the emperor of your kingdom, then who else is going to think that you are? All right? I mean, you are your loudest cheerleader, right? You are your biggest supporter. And if even you don't believe in the brand, if even you don't believe in the project that is you, then how can you possibly expect anyone else to? And this isn't just about woo-woo manifestation, I think I'm great, so other people are going to think I'm great. Although there is something to be said for that, to be honest. But it's not just about that. It's about building the mental infrastructure that is going to be sufficient to carry you through the social interactions that you're going to get into, carry you through the rejections that you will inevitably face, and allow you to feel good about yourself during that process, and to transmit to others that you are worthy. Because again, if you don't have your back, then nobody else is going to. And this is not just about dating, although it is a big part of the dating jigsaw puzzle. It's not just about dating. It's also about life in general, right? It's about business, it's about any kind of artistic endeavor, it's about social media creation, it's about all of these things, right? You have to be your biggest fan, all right? 100%. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about this. You have to be. So how do you get over not feeling good enough if you don't feel good enough? Well, fundamentally, I would say fuck those feelings, fuck that mindset, okay? That's the real answer. Fuck it. Because whatever your external accomplishments right now may or may not be, you know, maybe you're not where you want to be in life, okay? And that's fine. You know, many people aren't, and that's okay. Maybe you're not, so what? It doesn't mean that that is the totality of what you have to offer the world. It doesn't mean that's the totality of you. All it means is that by some random external markers that you have chosen to measure yourself against, right? Only you have chosen to measure yourself against these external markers. You haven't lived up to those random markers, which, by the way, are likely societally led, have been invented by somebody else, and probably not to your benefit, okay? So you have chosen to look at yourself and say, well, I don't measure up in these particular areas, and therefore I'm not good enough. But it's only you who's saying that. Why are you adhering to markers invented by somebody else? Why don't you invent your own markers of what success looks like? So for example, it might be, like one of my clients, that you are working in some kind of functional job, you know, you're working in a factory or something like that, but privately you're interested in creative writing, and in the background you've got a creative writing project going on, okay? So you could look at yourself and you could say, well, you know, I haven't got a lot to offer, I'm not good enough because this is my job, and it would be better if I had a high-powered six-figure salaried job, and I'm living in a substandard place, and you know, whatever it is. But that's the wrong framing. When you do that, you're framing according to rules set by somebody else. You know, you're not framing it in a way that benefits you, okay? A better framing would be to say to yourself first, and then emanate this to other people, or even say this to other people. A better framing would be to say, yeah, you know, I'm working on a novel. I've done a rough draft. I'm 2/3 of the way through editing now. It's probably going to be ready by December, for example. That would be a better framing, not I'm in a shit job and I don't like the way my life is. A much better framing would be I'm working on this creative thing, it's awesome because I'm awesome, and I'm going to complete it by the end of the year, okay? And that really is more the truth about you than some idea of, whatever your job is or whatever your social status in life is at this moment, which is arbitrary, really. Who cares about that stuff? Other people. Well, other people don't care, actually, because nobody really cares about what you're doing except you. So you are choosing in that example, or the person is choosing in that example, to fit in with what he assumes the demands of society are. But why is he following those demands? Why is he putting those things above the truth, which is that he's a creative person? He may not have achieved fame or success with that creativity yet, but he's a creative person and he's working at his craft, okay? Same thing with exercise, right? I mean, you might not be in the shape that you want to be in, but you're going to the gym daily, right? You are working on a program, you know where you're capable of getting to. And this is the important thing. Potential. Only you know your true potential, okay? Other people out there don't know it. So they will, probably, if they're interested at all, if they take any minor interest in you and your life, they're going to look at the externals and go, okay, this guy is this guy is that. But it's not down to you to agree with them. Your take on this should be, no, that's not what I am. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm working that factory job at the moment in order to pay the bills, in service of this far greater project, which I'm also doing, and which is better than anything that you're doing with your stupid 6-figure desk job that you're probably going to lose to AI in a few months anyway. That's the attitude that you should have. And that's how you start to feel good. But the big caveat to all of this is, of course, you do have to be doing something. If you're in a job that you don't like and you're not in the shape that you want to be in and you don't have the social life that you want and, you don't look good, you don't look after yourself and all that, then this isn't, and you're not doing anything to improve any of that stuff, then this isn't really going to work, okay? This isn't really going to work because there has to be at least some unfulfilled potential in you that has a very good chance of becoming fulfilled at some point. Now, whether it ever does become fully fulfilled or not, in a way, for the purposes of this mindset shift, in a way doesn't matter. But you should at least be working towards it, because then you can say, with a clear conscience and a good heart, you can say to yourself and to other people, no, you've got me wrong. I'm not this diminished person that you think I am, because actually, in the background, I'm doing this, and that makes me awesome. All right? And that's where you want to be coming from. So, and a final thought is that if you simply even just make the decision today that this is where you're going to end up, that these are the things that you're going to do, that you're going to excel because this is the plan, and write down the plan, okay, so you've got it in front of you. Even if you haven't started working on the plan yet, that really is enough, because there again, you're tapping into that potential. You're taking credit from your future self, okay? You're borrowing from your future self, and you're saying, no, I may not be in the best position right now. You can say this to yourself internally and then show it to other people, or say it to other people as well. I may not be in the best shape right now, financially, with my dreams, with my goals, etc., but I'm damn well going to get there because this is the strategy that I put in place. And you don't even have to tell people you've got a strategy. You just have to know it's there, all right? And that's how you feel good. That's how you start to feel good about yourself. That's how you start to feel not just good about yourself, but actually better than the other people around you who, on a surface level, might be more accomplished in a material, societally approved way, okay? That's how you feel good about yourself. And the beauty of this is that really anybody can do it. Anybody can do this, okay? All of us. So there is hope, there is a chance, and this is the kind of mindset you need to go in with. You want to go in with the mindset, not only am I good enough, but I'm actually better than most other people, okay? And how you get there mentally, I've just given you a strategy for how to get there, but if you've got another strategy, use that. But that's where you want to get to, okay? And that way, even if with people ridiculing on the sidelines, even with haters or naysayers or whatever, you're going to carry yourself through, because you've got to have that belief in yourself, nobody else. And this is going to help you in dating, it's going to help you in business, it's going to help you in life in general. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe to my Substack, where I'm dropping regular essays below, and on X as well, actually, and Instagram. It's all at Real Troy Francis. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, give me a comment, share, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye-bye.